Welcome, everybody. Episode number 5. We are cranking these out left and right. Welcome to another episode of the UFL Newsletter Podcast. It is your host, Commissioner Cole C. Wagner. Let's get right into it today. Today, we have a very special guest joining us, Mr. Ohio Timbo Cole Ryan. Will be hopping in this chat here in a second. Um, Nothing much new news. What am I saying lately? We got about 6 days until the UFL draft, so everybody's kind of just waiting. I'm sure it'll be a rush of stuff on draft night that'll be going down. I did change fumbles lost today from -6 to -3 just to match interceptions. A turnover is a turnover. It equals 3 incompletions, 3 sacks. It all equals the same now. So that should help simplify everything. And honestly, I don't see any more scoring changes happening over the next couple years. I think we've got the system down at this point. I think everything is correct and it will not be touched. So from here on out, that's probably the way it's going to go. But yeah, Mr. Ohio should be hopping in this chat any second now. He's probably taking his sweet time like he always does, and that is okay. Keepers have been announced this week. Those were interesting to see. I'm going to have Evan Antonucci on later this week to discuss the questionable Cavante Turpin re-signing that he decided to do. Devin Smith has been rumored that he will be joining the pod within the next couple of days. If not this week, then probably next week. The way I will probably schedule the draft is to have me do a live stream of some sort and we'll kind of record the draft and see what happens. Maybe it'll be a big long video. I'm not too sure how I'm gonna do the draft yet. I may not even have people over this year. It may be more of a join the live stream and watch. Cole Ryan is absolutely notorious for just never doing things on time, and that is okay. I'm gonna keep rambling here. Andrew Stiffle is returning to Charlotte, North Carolina. That is in the news with a new job with the state auditor. That is absolutely fantastic on his part. He will be back in the 704 in the next couple of weeks. Cole Pletcher takes a job as assistant pitching coach at Valpa Baseball. And I tell you what, folks, I'll tell you what, coming in hot here on a Tuesday at 2:07. No Mike. Mike is not on.
Hold
Camera's
on,
not.
there we go.
There he
There we
is.
go.
Oh, the Dayton product.
Figured it out. Yep. Flyers. Go
Look,
Flyers.
here we go.
How's
Okay, so Mr. Ohio in the cut. Cole,
it
how's
going?
how's life treating you, buddy? Give everybody an update. What's new?
Oh, well, it's going right now. We're currently still on the job market. We picked up a quick job at FedEx doing some package handling,
Dude,
just
that's
for some
badass.
just for some quick money.
Hell yeah.
But yeah, we're still looking for that the main career as of now.
Yeah,
So
very cool. Back at home with Jackie Star. Love me some Jackie. She's the
yeah,
best, man.
she's a good one.
All right, so you're just chilling downstairs. Love to hear it. Everything is going good. Cole, you're 3 years into the UFL. Welcome to the pod, by the way.
Yeah, thanks for having me. It's been a while. I'm glad to finally be on one of these things.
Absolutely, man. Anytime, anytime. Let's get right into it, dude. Let's look at your 3 year history. Why don't we? So you've been in the league 3 years now, Cole. You've never made the playoffs one time, and that's okay. Hey,
Hey, hey, you
here,
know what? It never really looked as bad in the head until I see them all together, and
you
it's not something I'm proud to look at right now. But
know.
continue on, continue on.
Hey, but I tell you what, though.
Hey, look at that. I want to just lay this off right now. Look at that luck percentage coming into play
Yes.
there.
No,
That's
absolutely.
that chart there is it's a little
Absolutely.
unfortunate to see. I feel like my competition just hasn't been the same as everybody else
Yes.
in this league. And that definitely, I think, definitely points that out there.
Yeah, 100%. That's actually something. Let's go ahead and look into that. I mean, your first 2 years in the league, the advanced data is telling us you should have been around 500, and you just got very unlucky with the opponent that you played each week, especially in 2023. Your team actually did a decent job, 102 points per game. Yeah, it looks like that you just got pretty much out of luck on that front. I'm trying to see your power score. There it is, 68. That's a new stat we have. Okay, Cole. Last year you go 7-7. You're right on the brink of making the playoffs in the final week. You were 7-6. The first time you've ever had a record above 500 was last year at one point. That's incredible, man. Take me through your thoughts going into that final week versus DJ.
Well, we were right on a big high, going into that last week. Try to think. Let's see here. It's just
Yeah, man. I mean, yeah, from week 7 through
yeah,
13,
felt like we were on a tear there. Well, we were five out of that last seven before that last week.
yep.
And I mean, things were starting to click, we thought, and then,
Was that the Darius, not Darius Slayton? Was it Darius? Who was it? There was a guy that you were super
no,
disappointed.
it was Darius Slayton. Yeah, he was, 'cause a late scratch came in. I forget who went down, or maybe I was in between him and Quentin Johnson. And I mean, those are just two guys you really don't want to have going into, a playoff chance there, picking between two guys like that. Uh, so we rolled the dice, and we goose egged it. We goose egged on Darius, and I
Yeah.
think he might have gotten one target. I think it was a 5 yard target. I think he ended up dropping it. It was something you just heartbreaking to say the least there
Yeah.
on that front.
And Cole, while we're at it, man, I mean, we look at your trade history. You've only had one trade in your entire career, and that was this notorious Jamar Chase trade that you made. Honestly,
Yeah.
not a bad deal looking back on it. Really not. Actually, quite
I,
even.
I'd say after we added up in the salary cap now, especially with I don't know what the Bengals front office has going on over there at Go Browns. Um, but I mean, I'm kind of happy now that he's off my roster because I mean he would have taken up just about everything I had. So looking back on it, back 2-3 years ago, if you were to ask me if I would have done that or if I would have regretted it, I would say I thought about that trade every day for about 2 years. Um, but but
Oh,
now
boy.
I'd say I'm not too upset with it at this point in time
Okay.
now.
Okay. Now I will say this, Cole. This is the one thing that does concern me with your team is the position of wide receiver. That is you.
Mhm.
I
Yeah.
really I feel like
Oh,
if
it's terrifying. It is.
yeah, if you were to get wide receiver correct, I really think you have a shot to make something happen this year. Because if I were to look at your roster, I mean, Quentin Johnson as your wide receiver too, is that going into the draft, is that what you're expecting Quentin to be your day one starter, or are you thinking rookie wide receiver at pick 8?
See, that's something that I have been juggling with because I mean, he didn't have a great year last year, but he's been trending, and I like where the Chargers are at right now.
Yeah.
And I really don't. If he's my my wide receiver two going into week one, I'm not going to be too super upset about it. Um, because I mean, I've been sitting on him for a while,
Yeah.
and some about him is just I just don't want to give him up quite yet. So, he'll definitely probably if I don't go with the receiver at 8, he'll definitely be there in that 2 slot, and it's something I'm not super concerned about if he is in that spot.
Yeah. Okay. Because I mean, you have the third most cap space in the league. And when I see that, I think you have more flexibility to make stuff happen than a lot of teams. And just seeing how close you are, Kyler Murray's a top 10, top 12 quarterback in the league. Your running back room, pound for pound, value wise, is exceptional as long as they stay healthy. And you've got a
Yep.
great duo of tight ends. You only need wide receivers. That is the only thing that has been holding you back. I'm shocked that you have not made a move. Or would you be shocked on draft night if we go ending the night? God, I'm having a seizure. If we end the night and you have made a trade for a wide receiver like George Pickens on Bryson's team, are you open to making a trade in draft on draft night?
Oh yeah, I'm 100% there. I mean, I've already been talking to a couple guys in the league. I don't really want to spit out names and players just quite yet, but there have been talks about wide receivers. Wide
Okay.
receivers and picks have been talked about, and it's something I'm still kind of sitting on right now. Um, but yeah, I'm definitely open to trade, especially on draft night. I kind of want to get a little crazy this year. Something's got to happen. Something needs to change. and I think the draft is definitely a good time to do it. If not the draft, then you might be seeing some stuff a couple weeks before the draft here coming up. So
Oh,
we
okay.
will we will see.
Okay. Speaking of the draft, man, you said something needs to change. In what aspect has your draft philosophy changed since you first joined the league in 2022 until now? And if it hasn't changed, are you thinking of doing things different this year? Not just with the draft, but roster managing in general?
Really, for me, when it comes to draft night, the one word that comes to mind is sober. We're planning on making sure we remember the time of the draft, and we're gonna be there, cognizant this year. I really think that that's where I burned myself the past couple years when it comes to the draft. I mean, football gets me amped up, and especially when it's draft time, the beers start tasting a little bit better. But we're gonna be sober on draft night. We're gonna make sure we're locked and loaded. But my philosophy, going into it, I've always known what I wanted to do. My mind just hasn't been there to do it.
Yeah.
So I really am not thinking I'm going to be changing much when it comes towards that. It's really just going to be keeping a clear head and being able just to make the selections that I want to make. So
I will say, auto draft wise, I'm pretty sure like 80% of your roster is from getting auto drafted. Kyler Murray, you got very lucky with that one. Actually, you're the reason that we now have the rule that you have to have the 100th best available player instead of the 30th, because you were still getting Trey McBride and Kyler Murray, and people were not too happy. Speaking of other
let's
people,
have it. Let me show.
uh, is there anybody in the league that you see as a real contender heading into 2025 besides yourself?
Man, I mean, I'm always going to say I'm the best one here. I'm the best one in the league, and I'm never going to say I'm not. It's just if I were to say the guy that's going to be up there with me this year, um, man, I really I gotta go see what the other teams. Can you pull up the other guys' teams for me? I think I know. I mean, you're always up there yourself.
Yeah, 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 for
But
sure.
there was
So,
one guy in particular
so we have
that yeah, uh,
Andrew's got a
yeah,
good team.
Andrew's got a pretty solid squad.
David and
I
Devin.
know David always does decently well.
Yep.
Shoot,
Devin's expected.
Devin's got a good. I think there's a lot of contenders this year, especially a couple of the new guys too. It's been really fun to see these new guys kind of step in, and they've been taking some charge.
Yeah.
And I think it's really anybody's year. I think anybody's going to be up there with me come championship time. So
Wow.
it'll be interesting.
So you are fully confident. This is a different Cole Ryan from what I've seen in years past. Usually you're kind of you're just happy to be there. You're okay with complacency. It looks like we're seeing a new edge out of you this year. What happened? You're like, what's going on? You seem to be extra determined this year.
Um, that goose egg last year really stung, and the reason why that stung so bad is because that it was all contributed to just poor management from the get go. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's something that can easily be fixed and turned around. And it's something this year that I'm just not going to be. We're not going to go into this season, with that same complacency that we had for the first 2 years, first 3 years. Really, we started to turn it up a little bit towards the back half of that last year, but no, this is going to be a different team. It's going to be it's a lot of locker room talk. I mean, we're having fun right now, and I think it's only going to be trending upwards from there. So no, I'm all in this year, and I think all the guys are all in.
Yeah.
Uh, it was a sad time last year,
Yeah.
uh, and we're just not going to let that happen again.
I love that, man.
So
Couple just literally about one or two more questions. This has been fantastic. Um, Going talking about the draft, okay? And I'm actually going to pull this up to help you out a little bit. So the draft's
yeah,
going to be different this year. We've got an offline draft. It's going to be quite interesting. Actually, a new feature is you now know what time you have to have your picks in by. So if you do get absolutely hammered, you know at 8:40 and 10 o'clock is when your picks
awesome.
need to be in. It will be offline as well. So okay, you have two draft picks, three wide receiver spots open. So obviously two of these picks will be taken at wide receiver. You do not have to give away too much, but people know what position you will be targeting. Current mock
Mhm.
drafts from UFL Media has you taking Emeka Egbuka, wide receiver out of Ohio State. Matthew Golden may be lurking around. Somehow, if Travis Hunter falls to you, that's incredible. Are you okay with an Igbuka, a Golden, Rashid Shaheed may fall to you, Jaden Higgins? Or are you starting to really wonder, is that a big enough drop off to where maybe I do want to go trade up and get a Travis Hunter or Tet McMillan?
The the thing with this is I love, Emeka Ibuka. I mean, we saw what he did in college.
Yeah.
He's a great wide receiver. I'm obviously would honestly be very happy seeing him fall to me at 8.
Hmm.
And if push comes to shove, I'm really not 100% sold on Travis Hunter at the wide receiver position personally.
Wow. Wow.
So it's something that I really wouldn't be looking really to trade up maybe for a Travis Hunter at this moment. I
Yeah.
mean, come draft time, that could always change. But honestly, I would rather have a Mecca than Travis on my team personally, especially in the years to come. I think he would just be a more all around better receiver.
Yeah.
But that's a long ways down the road here.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
Right. So
but
you're
yeah, no,
absolutely comfortable sitting at 8 right now. You are not feeling the pressure whatsoever of having to jump above into the top 5.
not at all. Honestly, this is
Wow.
for this mock draft. I'm really not seeing any of the guys above me that I would really be upset with not having on my roster.
Yeah, yeah, 100%. Okay, that's really good to know. All right.
No,
Well, the last thing I want to talk fantasy wise with you is look, you've never made the playoffs. That would be so sick if you could finally make the playoffs this year. What does a successful season look like for Mr. Ohio in 2025?
man, a successful season for us. I mean, as I said before, we're all in. I mean, we're looking for championships at this point.
Oh,
Um,
wow. So we're just surpassing a playoff berth. You want the cup. You want the
but
cup.
I mean, for a successful season, Ohio, and I would like to see it there after this year, and for many years to come. I really don't plan on shipping that thing back once I do get my hands on it.
Yeah.
But this year, I mean, if push comes to shove, I think you'll get a smirk out of me if we make it a couple rounds deep in this playoff.
Yeah.
But
Like,
we're still looking for the title for sure.
okay.
Um, but yeah, no, like I said, I'm expecting nothing less than a championship. And if it doesn't come our way, so be it. But we're gonna be you're gonna see us in that Final Four this year. We're,
Wow.
we're you're gonna see us in that Final Four.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, the man has made statement after statement today, clip after clip, viral worthy. What a job you have done, not just to come on the show. A lot of people haven't, just not a good 3-year stretch like you've had, would shy away from the spotlight. I think you've almost embraced it, and you're almost welcoming the doubters this year. And I like this edge. It almost reminds me of Taylor back in 2022. After the first 2 years, he finished dead last and he told the media he's ready to shock the world and he won the cup in 22. That would be unbelievable if you brought a championship to Ohio. Speaking of Ohio, let's talk Browns football real quick.
Oh, here we go.
Obviously, both of us huge dog pounders, baby. God, Cole, where's your head at right now on the state of the franchise on a scale of 1 to 10? How happy with you, or how happy are you with this franchise?
I mean, it really just my confidence, in the months of from April all the way up until August and September. Like, there's just something in my blood just screams Super Bowl every year, and that I think I follow too much. I follow too many guys on Twitter, and I need to get off that stupid app because it just shoots it up. You watch these guys. You watch. You mean you're right now? We're watching Flacco sling that thing around at training camp. We're watching Shadur Sanders sling a thing around. Uh, we're watching guys make plays. All throughout the summer, right? We're watching it, and it's just hope, and then the second that the Haslam's get their hands on that football team, week one, it just seems like we didn't even practice in the summer. It seems like it seems like the Browns just stop at week 17. Like, you could look at me and say that we stop after week 17 and then they don't meet again until week 1. The way that they show up. It's getting to the point where it's it's getting really, really, really hard day in and day out to just look people that I love in the eyes and say, we have a good football team this year because we just we don't. And I look like the biggest jackass on the planet when I'm sitting there on week four on a Sunday afternoon at 1 o'clock. We don't even have we don't. You don't want to hear a primetime game this year, Cole? We're in London, week four. That's the only thought. Where our prime time's 10 a.m. They didn't even give us a fucking 8 o'clock
Our
slot.
prime time is 10.
So we're
Oh
gonna be
my
waking up at
God.
7 a.m. to watch those boys in London, and it's just, I mean, uh, and I don't know, man. That's where I'm at. It's getting really, really, really hard to
Yeah.
sit there and put the jersey on every Sunday, and I'm about sick of it. I really am. I don't know. I don't know where your head's at, but I have absolutely. I'm just done getting my expectations up. My hopes right now are just completely gone. I'm not even. I'll be happy if we get maybe a win or two before the bye week 7. I mean, it's
Yeah.
going to be a gauntlet up until that bye, and
Yeah.
I don't really see anybody on. I don't really see anybody on that schedule we deserve to beat. I'm going to
Mhm.
be completely honest.
Yeah.
We don't deserve to beat anybody
No.
the way that they come out and play. We just don't.
Yeah, we sure don't. Man, vibes were high last year, week 1 in Cleveland against those Cowboys from Dallas, and it humbled us. We really thought we were Super Bowl bound, and it just a couple of things didn't go our way, and we got a real problem at quarterback.
Oh,
Uh,
it's horrible.
who do
It's
you
sad.
who do you see winning that starting job or owning that starting job by the end of the year?
It's going to be Shadur's by the end of the year.
Wow.
I believe so. I think we're going to see Flacco. I'd say for probably they're going to give Flacco the first 4 games, and then when he just comes out and throws 4 picks each game, I think they're going to start looking, in Shadur's direction. I mean, he's already a huge locker room guy. Well, this could all just be, just lies that they're just throwing at us.
Yeah.
But everybody says he's a locker room guy.
Yeah.
Everybody seems to love him. The training camp, like I said, the training camp videos look great. I mean, he looks like he looks like he's going to be a great quarterback. If it was up to me, he would honestly be starting week 1.
Yeah.
Uh, but we're going to see Flacco, I think, the first 4, and then he's just going to shit down his leg, and then Shadur's going to get in there, and I think we're going to see the quarterback for the Browns for hopefully a lot of years to come. Because I really do think, especially with how far he dropped, I mean, the chip on that kid's shoulder, I mean, is only I can only imagine how big the
Yeah.
chip on his shoulder really is.
Yeah.
So he's going to
Yeah.
be coming out just looking for absolute blood,
Yeah.
and I'm all for it. I'm all
Yeah.
for it.
I am too. We need to shake up within the roots of the team, and I think that'll be healthy for us. Cole, that was absolutely hilarious. You have been the best. That's been the best episode so far. I'm clipping that Browns rant and I'm making it its own video because that was awesome. Thank you for coming on the UFL pod, baby.
Hey, I appreciate you having me, man. Anytime.